Hello, people. Good evening. And this is a quick video that I want to put out there to clarify some few things. All right. My name is Mr. O. Now, there is something happening on my page about a post that I made, and it's creating a lot of confusions. And I want all of us to help bring clarity to it. Okay? Let us all help to bring clarity to it. So this, I'm going to make it very, very snappy. Is that okay? I'm going to make it very, very, very snappy. Let me pack so that we have this discussion. Oh, you good? Yeah. Okay. Now, let me bring all these things into perspective. Okay? Yeah, Raymond, I made a very simple post about what the former Minister of Education, Napo, we normally call him Napo in Ghana, right? For short. And he made a post. There is a post, even I wasn't the originator of the post. It was made by GBC, the Ghana News Company. That's the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation, the national one, right? Now, what was the post about? The post was all about salary of teachers. And if you want, I can read exactly what I posted or what he said. It was a news flash picture, right? Look at it. You see? And it says, every teacher now starts on a salary 3 times higher than before our tenure. So he was referring to the current ruling parties tenure when they came into power. He said every new teacher now starts on a salary higher than before they came into power. All right? Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, MPP running mate. That is what they said. I saw this, like 3 days ago or yesterday on so many platforms, but I decided to just walk by. So I sat down and I've been thinking about it. You know, this is an educational platform. This is a platform for teachers. I am a teacher. I've been a teacher in Ghana for so many years before I left and came to the United States. So anything that is related to teachers, I try to also comment a little bit, and we do a, simple analytical discussion or discourse. All right? And when I made the post, I was very specific. I put a caveat beneath. I said, please let us fact check this with real figures and calculations. No insults. Simple. Let's keep it clean. I was only saying, I made a calculation that when I was leaving Ghana in 2019, this was my salary. In fact, I actually downloaded my payslip. I can still access the portal. I downloaded my payslip from the e-payslip portal, right? That is my last payslip that I had in 2019. And I used that as a basis for my calculations. And I said, okay, let me check this. So in 2019, when the dollar was this rate, it was basically this. Look, and if you are new here, fine. Those who have been old here will tell you that I, as a teacher, when I started teaching back in 2010, because I completed university in 2009, and I started teaching in 2010 after my national service with the IRS, the statistics department, for that matter, if you care to know. Now, it was even IRS before they converted to GRA. I was there when the conversion was happening. Is that okay? I was in the statistics department. It's a very simple analysis that I did. I started teaching and I converted my salary. Is that okay? So don't get it twisted about any politics. It wasn't about politics. Right? It wasn't about politics. And ever since I started teaching, I, for one, will always convert my salary into dollars. Why will I do that? Because I had this kind of mindset. I was doing business online. I was doing so many things, buy and sell online, and it was all in dollars. The Ghana government does business in dollars. The bonds they sell, was it not in euro bonds, whatever bonds? Our ports, when you import the cars, you import goods to our ports, they calculate everything in dollars and convert it at the prevailing rate. And they give you your duty. Oh yes, if you like, take any duty calculator now in Ghana. That is how it is. Because people came to... So for me, I was thinking in dollar terms long before anybody came into this thing. That is me. So from day one, I had this desire that, look, this is $300. I'll go online and check other places all over the world. How much are teachers being paid? Because relative standing, statistics, if you do statistics, you understand relative standing. Where do I see myself when they put me on the normal curve? Right? On the normal distribution curve. When they put me on the curve, where do I stand? Where is my standing as a teacher? Am I on the extreme quarter, that's the third quarter, the top 25%, or I am at the first quarter, the lowest 25%, or I'm in the middle? Am I equal to the mean? What is the standard? What is my spread when I check myself on the scale? That is me. That is how I've been thinking ever since. You understand? So way before I even left Ghana, the desire wasn't there. I'm like, I'm just passing through. So I'll do my best, pass through, and live my life. Because when I bought a car, I was driving Santa Fe 2.4 back in 2017. So you cannot tell me that, where it's political post. No, it is not political post. When you make a statement that borders on teachers, that borders on education, we will all scrutinize it. Teachers must start putting on their analytical thinking caps. Stop coming to arguments with political lenses, with emotions. I've said on this platform that if you come to any argument and where there is no coordination between your head and your heart, if as a man, as a human being, you cannot control the coordination and you let your heart lead, you will make so many mistakes. Yes, that is why there are so many times they put contracts before these our people. They are not able to reason through it because they cannot reason beyond the figures they are seeing. They are seeing, hey, it's a big figure. This post that I made, very harmless. All we needed to do was to fact check. Look, President Trump, former President Trump, Kamala Harris, when they were having their political discussions, the newscasters were fact checking them. They were checking every statement they make. They'll tell you, well, Mr. President, we are sorry, this we checked and is wrong. This figure is wrong. Look, that is what happens there. That is why some students from Ghana come to America, they go to Canada, they struggle. You know why? As you are doing the presentation, somebody is online, checking everything that you are doing, cross-checking the figures. Which book are you quoting from? Are you quoting from 1994 or you are quoting from the 2000? Is there a current edition of that book from which you are quoting? That is what happens. So they struggle a lot because they are not used to it. Because nobody fact-checked us. Nobody will check anything we say. That is why I said this platform, we are here to educate, entertain, and learn from each other. Don't be only interested in the entertainment. When I bring things, we laugh about it. We all laugh, we all joke. But when it comes to analytics, it is a problem for my people. Some teachers are just refusing to think and to analyze things purely based on, I said it. I said intellectual discourse. Let it be on figures. Let us check it with facts and calculations. That was exactly what I said. People were getting emotional in the comment section. Hey, Mr. Oh, this post is about politics. This post is... What, my people? Why can't you just look at what I said? This is my calculation. Come with your own calculation and say, oh, my brother, okay, per what you posted, I also think that the scale that you were on was too high, blah, blah, blah. Put your argument and let's just have pure, simple discussion. I went to the comment section. Those who were insulting, I deleted some comments. So if you posted any insulting comment, if you go back, you realize I've deleted you. I wanted this to be purely based on figures. But the diversions were too much. People were making arguments on political lines that has nothing to do. And they were bringing no figures to show. If you check the comment, the first comment that I made, I said in 2016, the dollar rate on the average was 4 Ghana cedis. So with a starting salary of 1,213.50, let's even say it's 1,200, or let's say even it's 1,300. That is approximately $304. And that is how I've always taught. Before, my salary was just around $200, $300. That is me. And I saw that it wasn't good for me. I didn't like it because I needed a certain kind of future for myself. In 2024, if the starting salary of a newly recruited teacher with a degree is 3,500.76, let's say 3,000, let's even give them 3,400. At a dollar rate of 16, that is approximately $218. Compare the two. In 2016, when I came, or when somebody becomes a teacher, their starting salary is what? Somebody becomes a teacher, their starting salary is $304. In 2024, if somebody becomes a teacher at 3,500 Ghana cedis, their starting salary is 218. Inflation has chopped off a chunk of that money. In fact, it has rather gone down. So you may think, you may seem to be having a bigger money into your account, but in reality, you are having a peanut. This is pure mathematics. It has nothing to do with politics. If it was even Jesus Christ that said it, because I'm a teacher, I would have subjected it to a teacher's lens. I will not look at it as a political lens or a political person. But most of you come in, and because they must do it so that they take a screenshot, they go and take 200 Ghana cedis from party head office. They are here. They hear me say, oh, they are doing political. They are just talking. They are talking now. Seriously. That is why I'm asking, why is it that when we bring analytics, when we say, let's analyze this, let it be devoid of politics, our people cannot do that. Why do we have to bring politics into everything? Why? Why do we have to think with our political lens all the time? You as a graduate, you went to university 4 years, 3 years, you did psychology, you did mathematics, you did some form of statistics, you did some form of analytics, analyzing things. I have analyzed it from my lens, from my calculation. Come with your calculation. Why do you have to come and be insulting and be talking, my big boss, as for you, this one is an MPP post, blah, 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 hey, baby, and they are all, everybody is getting hysterical. Why? Why are you getting emotional? When it comes to analytics, let us do the analysis. Well, what was inflation? What was the exchange rate? What was that? How was my purchasing power back in that day? What is my purchasing power now? What can I buy with that salary that you think you have increased 3 times or 4 times? The guy said, sorry, I called him the guy. He's somebody's father. He said, every teacher now starts on a salary 3 times higher. I was only subjecting it to a simple, basic mode of thinking. If I was taking 100 Ghana cedis back then, what was the 100 cedis in terms of the normal scale? Was it good or bad? So even if you think you have increased it 3 times, what is the inflation? And you realize that even I was even generous to even put that figure there that it is $300. I was too generous. Because the figure is actually reducing. The figure is actually $218. So teachers are worse off starting them in 2024 now on the same scale salary. Why can't we just see this? Why can't we just reason through this, people? Why can't we just reason through this? I don't get it though. It baffles me. That is why I'm doing this video. If you are watching this video, that is the main reason, because I saw so many political comments, people trying to drag me to politics. I said, look, I'm not doing politics. No, I'm not. I'm not doing politics. Everyone is bringing their, I said, look, do your own calculation. If you are a principal soup, if you are assistant director, if you are a headmaster, headmasters are leaving to America. Even if I don't know anyone, so far I know 2 headmasters that are in America. And in fact, I have another 2 headmasters that are coming as dependents on their wives' visa. Yes, they are coming as dependents on their wives' visa because their wives are here as teachers and they are coming and they are headmasters. It is simple. Let us put these things to check. Bring your payslip. I can put my payslip online right now. I don't care. Because I'm no more in Ghana. I'm no more teaching in GES. You are the one teaching in GES, unfortunately. But we cannot just do simple basic calculation, simple basic analysis. Even here in America. Look, do you know in America, I keep telling people, they keep asking me, I said, America does not give a blanket salary. No, it doesn't work. Someone in Texas, his salary is different from somebody in Washington. It's different from somebody in North Carolina. When I was in North Carolina, my salary was based on the cost of living of that area. They peg it. I was paying rent of $1,000. In Maryland, in Washington, in Virginia, you are paying rent of the same 2-bedroom. You are going to be paying like almost $3,000, depending on where you are living, or $2,500, or $1,800, or even above. Your salary can never be the same as somebody in North Carolina. What is the cost of living in these 2 states? So America is not blank. That's why people ask me, Mr. Oh, how much is salary? I said there is no blanket statement for salaries in America. It is not one fit all. No. It's not like what we do in back home in Ghana. If you are in the northern part of Ghana, your salary will differ from somebody in Accra because Accra living standard is higher than somebody in the north. You understand? That is how America is. Every district, every state has their own level of salary. Somebody in Missouri, you guys can call the teachers in Missouri now. Their salary can never be the same as teachers in Washington. No, it is not possible. Their salary can never be the same as somebody in Missouri, Michigan, or Texas. Wherever, their salary will differ. Somebody in South Carolina salary can never be the same as somebody who is in Massachusetts. They look at the cost of living. You are in New York, where one single bedroom apartment is about $2,000, and you are telling me you want to take the same salary as somebody in North Carolina who is paying $1,000 for 2-bedroom. No, it's not possible. It is not possible. You understand? So if we are doing simple, discourse, educational discourse, let us keep to it, guys. Teachers, we are not dumb, but most of us are behaving as dumps. Yeah, dummy people. Because we have our political lens on, we have our political marks on, we have our emotions, our hearts are leading the discussion. They come to your page, the moment they see Napo and they see your post, their heart is raging. Why? How? Then they lose the essence. So people were commenting under the post. They said, Mr. O, a lot of people have not read your post. I said, yes, they have not read my post. They have not read my post. Because if they had taken their time and read, look, I keep telling you guys, if I go under all the people I follow, if I go under their post, sometimes it takes me about a day or two to even make a comment. Sometimes I don't even make a comment. Because sometimes I want to read, I want to understand, I want to know the rule. Look, I follow Pope, I follow Pope, right? Barnabas. Anytime he makes a post, I want to go back and read the trend. Where did this post started? Before I can comment or I can even understand. You don't just jump and come because you have seen the post picture. You are MPP more than anybody. When I was in Ghana, I always call my friend, his uncle, he and Apo are cousins. So he's in America now. He's teaching in America. He and Apo are cousins. When we were there, he was teaching the training college. Not even high school. He was teaching the training college. And I always make fun of him that, Charlie, your uncle is not paying us. We are also pretending to be teaching. I always say this there's a pretense in the system. Students are pretending to be learning. Teachers are pretending to be teaching. Napo is also pretending to be paying us. And it's a cycle and we all laugh about it. So I started talking about it, not now. That time maybe I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't doing page or anything. That was why. So guys, naturally, you guys should relax. You guys should take time. When we bring analytics, something you need to analyze, take your time, read the thing. Go and come back. Think. Why would this person say this? Why is he saying this? Corolla, how much was Corolla Ghanaians like Corolla, right? I've never driven Corolla. I don't like Corolla. How much was Corolla when teachers started teaching? Even as at that time, they were not able to buy. No, they were not able to buy. Teachers will struggle, take loan. Even TV, common TV. For teachers to buy common TV, they have to do savings or call these high purchasing companies, and they will save and save and save, and before they can buy TV. Common LED TV. You understand? Common LED TV. Teachers cannot buy. And why? Because the one importing was importing in dollars. He has to change dollars, send it to America to bring the TV. Inflation, port charges. By the time they do the calculation, that TV is costing more than 4,000. How much is 60-inch? You guys should tell me. Somebody should tell me in the comment section. How much is 60-inch TV in Ghana now? I can go to the Sam's Club right now and go and carry 60-inch. I have 60-inch TV in my house. It's common. I can go there and pick LED smart 60-inch TV for $400, $300. That is your salary you take a month. I can use it to buy a TV and after that I still have enough to live my life. Start thinking in the currencies your governments are operating in. All the import duties, all the sales, everything is tied to the dollar. The cars, you don't manufacture them. They bring them from outside. The food you guys are eating from outside. Everything. Think, everything in that country. Less production. Our country is driven. Our economy is driven by foreign exchange. It's driven by the dollar. So if you are there, you are not thinking in dollar terms, then I don't know what you are doing. Starlink, they brought Starlink to Ghana. People are complaining about the cost. Why? The thing is pegged at the dollar. So when the inflation comes, the thing will go up. When the inflation, even if the city do blinks, the dollar will go up. When I was in Ghana, I was buying things on Amazon from the US and bringing it to Ghana to sell, right? When I go to Amazon, the rate they give me, sometimes the dollar will be 4 and the Amazon rate will be about 6. Yes. They were not using your rate. They were not playing with your rate. No, they don't care about your rate. You see, relative standing, look at where you are. Look at the whole scale of things. On a normal curve, where do I stand? Am I among the lowest 25% or am I at the top 25%? Quarter. Some of you did the statistics. It is quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Divide the thing into 4 and see where you are. I don't know. I don't know how difficult this is. I can't understand. It bust my brain. Seriously. The thing they bust my brain. Somebody says in Canada, the provinces up north have what is known as the northern allowances paid to workers there as a way of motivating people to move there. To move there, which is non-existent in Ontario and other places. There are other things or other benefits that are attached. Yes. Yes. No province in Canada pays salary the same way. No. There are things that will cut across. Look, I've moved from North Carolina. Where I am now, if I go to the Walmart and I go to the Sam's Club, the things, I look at that. No. Look, the insurance rate is now higher. Fuel prices looks almost the same, but if you go to certain places, the fuel prices are higher. The rents are different. Things are different here. You cannot compare it to everywhere. We have a blanket way of doing things, but these people, they don't do their things like that. It is based on the cost of living in that state. Every state must have internally generated. Look, if you go to Florida, Florida doesn't charge you state tax as a worker. They don't charge you state tax. But if you go to other places, they take you state tax and they take you the federal tax. You understand? Texas does not charge state tax. So ask yourself, how do they make money? They make money internally. Internally, IGFs, that's what they do. Their roads are towed. If you use the toll road, you pay. Their sales taxes, everything you do, there are sales tax on it. That is why in their wisdom, at the end of the year, they say, file your taxes and we give you something back because we know there are double taxation in the system. But in Ghana now, take a simple food, go to a restaurant, eat, look at the receipt. There is COVID tax. There is NHIS. Go to the port. There is NHIS. There is COVID tax. There is this tax. Look, there is double taxation everywhere. I was in IRS. Look, I think if I bring out those figures, I'm sure people will start running. I was in IRS Statistics Division. I still have some old figures on my personal laptop because at the point in time, I was using my personal laptop to do work. The figures will shock you. Back in 2010, figures will shock you. Do you know how much comes in the country? Do you know how much comes in the coffers? Billions of dollars every day, on a daily basis, billions. People who cannot run away from tax. Who are in the tax net? Who are those in the tax net? Very few people are in the tax net. Please, don't let us bring certain receipts and certain informations out here. If there is a discussion, if there is a post that has to be analytical, please, in the name of God, let us do justice to it and analyze it from intellectual point of view. Stop bringing your political lens. Stop bringing your political thinking. Stop doing that. It is shameful. Some of them, I look at me, sometimes before I comment on you, I go and check your how do you call it, your profile. Those of you come to Facebook comment. Let me tell you this one day. Today, I'll look at you. Before I reply to you, I go and check your Facebook profile. I look at you, I profile you. When I see that you are not worth it, I'll just delete it. Oh yeah, I'll just delete your comment. Yeah, I'll delete it. If I don't delete it, I'll block you. Simple. Because I look at that and say, no, this guy is not ready to learn common sense. He's here to fight for a political party. Then you will take a screenshot and go and take 200 Ghana cedis from the party headquarters. No, I'm not in for that too. I will not do banter with you. If you do me, I'll block you. Simple. Let us come to the table with common sense, straight-headedness. If it is about fun, let us all have fun and laugh and go away. All right? But if it's about being analytical, bring your receipt. Okay, this is my salary. Take a screenshot. Block your name, block whatever. This is my pay slip. This is what I'm taking as a, without loan. Look, most teachers, the loans they have on their salary cannot take you cannot count. You cannot count. They take SNIT, they take NAT, they are joining all, they have all kind of associations. They are part of it. They are doing life insurance. The life insurance that they don't even get access to. They are doing all kind of things. Then when they finish, they've taken loan like 5. The loan, some of them are coming from their banks. Some of them are coming from controller and accountant general. So at the end of the day, they are hot. Guys, I beg. The post I made was pure, simple. I was just analyzing things in perspective, and that is me. If you know me, you know me. You know me, you know me. I always converted my salary. From the one that I was employed, I always convert my salary. Just because I want to see where I am. I want to know where I stand in the world. When they call all teachers, what is my purchasing power? What can I do with that money? So don't kid yourself. You think your salary has been increased. Yes, but ask yourself, what is the purchasing power of this same money? You are holding the money. One of my brothers, my friend, just came back from Ghana. He brought receipts. He said, oh boy, you know go fit stay Ghana. That is what he told me. I said, why? Me, I don't want to come Ghana. He said, no, don't tempt it. Simple things that he did. He wasn't even doing bugger things. He wasn't even doing any extra, living any extra. Basic, oh, let me take trotro, let me take taxi. But he calculated and said, man, in a day, I do like more than $100. I said, yes. So he's wondering how people are able to live. Then when we come to talk about simple analytics, then you are angry. Then you have tagged your political parties to come and attack me. You come and attack me, I'll block you. You come to America too, I'll call the police, they will arrest you. You see, think, this system, you cannot do it. That is the same thing they wanted to do to some people, some content creators. You come here lost work. I'll just call 911. What is your... Even if I call 911 and I drop the phone and I don't talk to them, guys, let me tell you, if I call 911 and I don't talk to them, now almost every state is now having the software to track your position. They will track your GPS. Why did this guy call 911 and he dropped the phone? It means maybe there's something happening to him. They will come to your house. They will come to your location. You come to the America, you do, I'll call 911 and say, oh boy, somebody they can, police will come and carry you. They will go and put you in the cooler. Those things, don't do those things. Let us live our life devoid of this kind of tribalism, this kind of concept, village way of thinking. We are intellectuals. We are graduates, guys. We are graduates. We are supposed to know better. We are supposed to be teaching people to be better. We are supposed to be teaching people, young people, to be better. Why can't we reason? Why can't we do proper? Look, when I was in Ghana, I was teaching with foreign books, right? I was teaching with college algebra, all these short and all these mathematics books. You know why? And my children were, Mr. O, these questions I had, I said, yes, reason, think. You need to think. Why am I learning simultaneous equations? Why am I learning algebra? Why am I learning this? Why am I learning calculus? Where do we apply this? These are real life application questions. It is not the matter of find x. Oh, it wasn't the matter of find y, find the value of x, find the value of y. No. After finding the value of y, it was the matter of why am I finding y? You see, now AI is here. Nobody can stop it, right? Do you know what is happening in America now? Now the questions have changed. They've changed the way they assess these keys. Now they are not assessing them about find y, because if you say find y, he will use AI. He will get the answer for you. So now the questions are becoming analytical. Explain why y is bigger than this. Most of them are finding themselves hot now. Even the AIs are helping them to do that. Yes, now they'll tell you, explain why is the standard deviation bigger than the mean. If the mean is big in this situation, what does it mean? If I have a bunch of salaries and the mean salary is $200, what does it mean in relation to this? That is what is happening now. That is why somebody will finish a high school, somebody will finish middle school, and he or she can lay their feet and still live their life quality, compared to somebody who has finished KNUST, a graduate who says, I'm an engineer, but he cannot fix simple things because they cannot reason beyond defining X and finding Y. I beg you, let us start thinking that way. Guys, I'm begging you. I am begging you. It is just simple. Go to the comment. People are calling, people are texting me, they are telling, and I'm saying, you lose your credibility. Credibility. This is simple analytics. If you think you have a problem with it, get off. Don't comment. Don't talk. But don't come to me and telling me it's credibility and you are using, and this is a political system. So if you say these things, it is against the government. My brother and sisters, think. Salifu, you said nobody is what? Nobody is disputing what you are saying. I always convert my salary to dollars. It doesn't look good at all. Thank you. Thank you. I'm worse off comparing my salary 10 years in dollars with 2 promotions. Look, that is why I said I kept my everything constant. I wasn't going for promotion. Let me tell you people today. I wasn't going for promotion. The last promotion, the first ever promotion I went to was in 2019. That was the year I left Ghana. Even that one, my HOD and everybody in the school, they forced. Look, by the time I realized they have written my name, they have carried their suit. They said, today you will go for this promotion. I said, more. This promotion, you put it go. How much did they add to your salary? This promotion, you put it go every day. You they wear suit and tie in the heat. Then you go and sit down there and they will question you. Who is the Minister of Education in 1948? Who brings the educational policy? What is the Jobo educational policy of 1945? These are the questions they ask you. There is nothing related to how you teach in the classroom. There is nothing related to how you manage your classroom. There is nothing to how you assess your children. There is nothing. They are not using data. If you have not watched that video, go and watch it too. They are not using data to even analyze you. What is your percentage increment? When you got these children in your class, their performance was about 20%. Have you raised it? How much have you raised it to? That is what they are asking you here. Every year they assess us. Look, I was observing last week. They are telling you, there are the rubrics, there are standards they are matching you against. You are supposed to be doing this. You are supposed to be using this language in your class. We realized that you were focusing on just one kid. So this and this and this, they will tell you. And I had about almost 20 rubrics or standards that I have to meet in a single lesson. In a single lesson, I have about 20 standards that I have to meet. They want to be seeing the pedagogy. They want to be seeing certain things going on. The discussion must leave me. It must be on the children. It must be struggle, rigorous. It must be them struggling to think. And yours is to what? Scaffold them. Yours is to lead them, build them up to that level. When a child says, oh, the answer is X. I say, well, how did you get the answer? How did you know that it's X? How did you know that it's this? Okay, tell me, explain to us. That is how they are doing now. Teachers sit in Ghana, they wear tie every day. The women will dress in kaba and sleep. Who is Jobo? Educational policy. What is the Minister of Education when Nkrumah was a minister? Who was 1944 bond? Nonsense questions. They forced me and I went for that promotion. When I was leaving Ghana, they said I have passed. So I was moving from superintendent, principal soup to what? What do you move to again? From principal soup. I was moving next step. The letter has not even come before. They brought the thing. They said, oh, I've passed. So they brought the thing. The letter has not come. The money has not come. How much money was it? About 100 Ghana cedis. 100 Ghana cedis that will be added to your salary. There is nothing. The educational ministers and everybody is just, they are all sitting down. Because nobody is asking them the critical questions. So you see that anytime somebody asks a critical question, then we are using our political lenses to analyze the person. Oh yeah, that's what we do. The moment somebody is asking the critical questions, putting figures on the table. 82. I was going to 82 and I left. I said, I don't want that 82. I started teaching in 2010. I never went for any promotion. I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want it because there's no value on it. You understand? There's no value on it. So that is what I'm talking about. The moment somebody is trying to question status quo, question policies, the moment somebody is trying to question why BEC, why did they fail this much? Do you know, are you aware that the BEC, governments can call the examiners, WAEC, and tell them that, you know what, we want to look good, so drop the passing mark. Are you aware? You have no idea. I have lecturers who were part of that team. And the man told me, look, I was sad when I went to that meeting. Because the government said we want to look good in the eyes of the people, so drop the pass mark. So they can drop the pass mark all the way to 40. So anybody who gets 60, he or she has passed. Anyone that gets 50, he or she has passed. Yeah, that's it. They will drop the pass mark to the extent that, free HAS is good because we had 200% pass mark. Nonsense. Ask yourself, what was the standard? What was the pass mark in that particular year? Every year, they said, why do you think government influences and has interference in some of these institutions? Let us be critical. Let us think. Let us reason. Let us just see things in a very simple way, guys. It is not hard to do that. It is not hard at all. Why do you think you are telling principals? Here in America, the principals hire and fire. They are the ones who have the hiring and the firing power. Yeah, so your principal can tell you that you are fired and you are done. In Ghana, no. They can call the headmaster and they will interdict that. They will sack the headmaster because he or she has touched their favorite son in the school. They have touched their favorite teacher in the school. Nonsense. And nobody talks. If you talk, it's political. Why do we have to live like that? Yet we are the same people. When we travel, we will come here. Americans are racist. Germans are racist. That is all we do. But we are more tribalistic. We are more racist than anybody in the world. From our families to our schools to everywhere. You go somewhere, now there's the trend going on is if you are anywhere, nobody wants to rent their houses to you. Nonsense. Guys, it is okay. It's late wherever you are watching from. Me, it's now 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock here. It's not even 7 o'clock. I'm still going to chill. I'm going to buy my cappuccino, drink, and sleep, and watch my Netflix. I'll see you when I see you. Have a blessed evening and see you.